So I wanted to give y'all the word God gave me last night, right? So I woke up like, God, like, are you still doing this? Are you still doing this? And I've been asking the God this so many times, it's not even funny. So when I asked him this time, I opened up my Bible and I opened up to 1 Kings chapter 18. Now I read the whole chapter, however, chapter 18 verse 26 and 36 and 37 verses stood out to me. Verse 16, verse 36 and 37. Verse 16 said, "How long will you waver between these two opinions? How long will you waver between these two opinions? If God is Lord, then follow him." Right? Now, Elijah, in this particular text, Elijah was talking to the people in Israel, I believe, and they were worshiping a false god. They were worshiping Baal, B-A-A-L. And so these people are worshiping a false god. So Elijah was like, "Yo, we gonna test this out since y'all want to keep playing games. Y'all, we gonna sacrifice a bull. I sacrifice a bull. Y'all sacrifice a bull. We gonna put it on the altar, and we're not gonna set fire to it. We're gonna let our God set fire to it. You gonna ask your God, I'm gonna ask my God." So he let the people go and pick their bull. He let them put it on their sacrifice or whatever, and they was begging their God to set the bull on fire, right? Basically, the sacrifice on fire. So as a burnt offering. So the people are like worshiping and praising their God, and Elijah is taunting them like, "Yo, maybe your God is asleep. Maybe your God is like, maybe he chilling, maybe he traveling, maybe he got something to do. Maybe you should shout a little louder. Go ahead and shout a little louder to get his attention, because obviously it ain't working for y'all." So the people, they prophesy, they trying to they're like cutting themselves, like trying to have blood as an offering, because that's what they do, whatever, doing mad stuff, right? And their God is not answering. So they doing all of this and no fire. So Elijah's like, "All right, y'all, move, my turn." Basically, low-key, that's what he said. I'm like paraphrasing. So he's like, "All right, y'all, move over." So he tells his people like, "Yo, put the bull on the offering, cut up the bull, put the bull on the stones, put the wood up, whatever, set up the altar, and then what I want y'all to do is I want y'all to pour water into it," right? So so when I'm reading the Bible, I circle what God highlights to me, and then I underline what things could like give me a little nudge. So that part gave me a nudge. I'm like, put water onto it. Okay, cool. So then he says, "Do it again." After they did it, so they poured water onto it. He's like, "Yo, do it again." So I think it's like the third time or the fourth time, maybe 3 or 4 times, he tells them pour water on the thing. So I'm like, okay, at the time last night, it didn't mean nothing to me. So I'm like, but like I said, I underlined it. I kept going. So I got to 36 and 37, and God was like, what did he say to him? Elijah said to God, like, "Yo, God, you show these people that you are Lord. Show these people that I'm standing or I'm doing this because you told me that this is what this is. And you show them that you are God, and you bring their hearts back to you. You bring their hearts back to you," right? So when I read this, I was like, I bugged out, because I'm like, God showing me like, yo, that's vindication, because I'm going to show these people like that I'm the one that's having you to do this, and there's restoration. So I'm going to have their hearts turned back to you, right? So I'm like, all right, so now I'm open, good. I can go back to sleep. That's the word, right? Then and there. So I reread this later on, trying to read it to my people, just trying to, like, in the shop, just trying to tell them what I read last night. So when I tell y'all, first of all, like the story ain't really nothing to do with what God gave me. God gave me those things like, "Yo, you gonna believe me or not? Stop asking me." And then he was like, "Yo, make your request known to me." Like, so yeah, like I said, I'm reading this back in the shop trying to like let them know what's going on, right? Like what I read. I get back to the part about the water, and I'm like telling them the story, and I'm like, "Yeah, I underlined this. I'm not really sure what God's saying about the water part, but like I'm rereading it." And it said, the Holy Spirit was like, why would you pour water on something you want to set ablaze, you want to set fire, that you want God to set on fire? Why would you put water to it? And then Elijah in the text says, "Yo, do it again." So they pour water on it again. Elijah then says, "Yo, do it again." So they do it for the third time. So now you got this offering, this sacrifice you want to set on fire, and you consume everything that you want to set ablaze. You consume it in water. You drench it in water. What? So God showed to me like, "Yo, that is impossible. I'm showing you that I'm doing the impossible, and I'm going to set it up so that it looks impossible, so you know it was me." So I am tripping. I'm in the shop tripping. Like, like, I'm in the shop today. I had to come out here and record this because I'm like, what? So I get to verse 38 and it says, after Elijah prayed what he prayed, the Lord set the offering on fire, and the fire consumed the sticks, the wood, the burnt offering, and it even licked up the water that they poured. The fire, basically, it consumed it. It like it demolished it. It demolished everything, the stones, the bricks, everything that they set, that they placed on it. God consumed it with fire, including the parts that were drenched and soaked in water. And it said the people shouted and said, your Lord is really Lord, your God is really God. And God was showing me, not only am I doing this, I'm the one that made it look like it's impossible, and everybody is going to know it was me. Anyway, so if you like me, God said, stop asking me. Stop asking me. I am Lord. If you believe I'm a Lord, declare it. First of all, choose ye this day what you're going to serve, which opinion you going to serve. Your own opinion, their opinion, people's opinions, or you're going to choose me. And then once you decide that, then declare that I am doing this. Declare that. And once you do this, step back and let me handle this, sis. Let me handle this, bruh. Like, I got this. Like, I'm the one that made it look like it's impossible. If you look at all the other stories in the Bible, all the other things that happen, I hate using the word stories because then it makes it seem like a fable. It makes it seem like a fairy tale. But all the testimonies in the Bible, God always sets up things for it to be completely dead, to look ridiculously impossible, and to make people look crazy before he comes through with the come through. Happy Saturday.